the style, the finish, the sound, the statement it will make in your home. There's plenty to appreciate in a Howard Miller floor clock. And when you see how much care we put into making them, you may learn to appreciate them even more. Howard Miller is the world's leading clock company, making the world's finest floor clocks right here in Zeeland, Michigan since 1926. Now let's take a look inside and see how it's done. Ever wonder what it takes to turn a stack of lumber into a work of art like this? Every one of our floor clocks begins as a stack of lumber dropped off at the loading dock. Each stack is carried to a conveyor system where we inspect each piece and keep only the wood that meets our high-quality standards. Our inspection continues as we mark each piece and then cut the wood to size for the individual components of our clocks. During this initial stage, we check to make sure each board meets our specifications. At that point, the really interesting work begins. We use computerized routers to shape the doors, pediments, bases, and other decorative pieces that make our clocks so beautiful. Then we sand each piece to remove the rough edges before the clocks are assembled. This is the first of many sanding stages our clocks go through, assuring the smoothest finish possible. Next, we deliver the finished pieces to our assembly station, where individual wood components begin to take the shape of a beautiful floor clock. This is where we glue and nail and screw the pieces together to assemble the clock cabinet. These cases are built to last. We put over a gross of nails and dowels and over 30 glue blocks into each and every one. Once the cabinets are assembled, the second phase of sanding begins. We carefully hand sand each one to prepare them for a beautiful finish. We apply the first coat of stain evenly to every inch. Hand rub the finish and glaze to bring out the character of the wood grain. Apply numerous coats of varnish, and once again, hand sand the cabinet. This creates the glowing finish you see on every Howard Miller clock. At this point, we're ready to install the locks, dials, and decorative elements that help give each clock its style and personality. Then, we place the glass into the cabinet doors, lock the doors, and line the clocks up for another inspection. At last, it's time to turn these cabinets into clocks. Howard Miller is proud to be the only floor clock company that owns its own movements. Kieninger movements, manufactured in the Black Forest region of Germany, are considered by many to be the best in the world. We carefully install these movements, along with the pendulum and weights. Secure the face and hands. Position the hammers on the chime bar. And set the time. Then we start the clock and let it run for a 24-hour time check. Once the clock has passed its final inspection, we slide in the upper glass panels and carefully clean the clock so it will be spotless when it comes to you. Finally, we tag and bag the clock and send it to the warehouse, where it waits until it makes its way to your home. From a stack of lumber all the way to a family heirloom. That's how Howard Miller floor clocks are made. Our clocks are built to last. And we know that you and your family will treasure your Howard Miller clock for generations to come.